What's up, y'all? I'm your host DHR2 and welcome back to my channel. So I'm here to tell y'all about my review of Power Rangers Beast Morphers Season 1. Before we get into that, if you're new and if you're just tuning in, don't forget to subscribe and make sure you follow me on social media if you must, and make sure you click the bell as well. So that way we'll be able to discuss more on the future of the franchise of what I think needs to happen. So with that being said, let's get into this review. We're gonna start things off with the good. The characters, they've done an amazing job on these Rangers, making them more relatable, believable, and make you want to care about them. And this is what I love about the writers of the show. They want to make sure that you make these characters care. I mean, you want to care for these characters, you want to get to know them. And I think starting with Zoe, she's like this fun, outgoing person who cares about the environment, and she was working in the Grid Battle Forces as a laundry girl, but she did join the cadet practice crew, but she ended up being cut. So that's why her character ended up being more likable than the other Yellow Rangers in the past, in my opinion, though. But she's a cool Ranger. I like her character, and she's the one I have the most respect for because of her hard work and dedication as a Ranger. And Ravi is my favorite Ranger of the series because you can tell that he was really committed to the program when it came to the storyline between Ravi and Roxy. So in the first episode, Ravi was like, I can't kiss you, we cannot be in a relationship because we're Rangers now. And it's funny because when I saw the episode, when I did a review of it, I did not catch the whole thing. When I saw it, I was like, okay, so Kimberly and Tommy had a relationship on the show and they kissed. So why can't Ravi and Roxy kiss? That made no sense. So, but the outcome of the season, the episode, it worked. This whole season with the whole Ravi and Roxy storyline worked. I kind of have that RPM vibe between Dylan and his sister. So Ravi and Roxy, they both worked for this episode, and the writing was very strong, especially in episode 19, when Ravi decided to instead of doing what his mom told him to do, he basically just killed Roxy's avatar and saved her life. But yeah, I think that was one of my highlights from this episode, and especially in episode 4, when Ravi pretty much believed that Roxy was good. She still has some good in her, so she ends up tricking him and having him fool and think that they can use a transporter to turn Ravi evil. And I kind of like how the plot went, but I'm not going to get into much on Ravi's character, but let's just say that he's one of my favorite Blue Rangers from Beast Morphers. And yeah, and the last character I want to get into is Devin, the Red Ranger. I kind of like Devin. He's like laid back kind of guy. He doesn't want to, do too much responsibilities, but once he became a Ranger, everything changed for him. His father, on the other hand, wanted to have his son be more responsible and do some adult stuff like getting a job and taking care of his responsibilities. Not saying that he has a kid or anything, but just in a way of having his son realize that he needs to step up. And Devin is a good leader. He's one of the best Red Rangers in Beast Morphers, though. Well, I wouldn't say the best, but he's good. He does have his flaws, but above all that, he's a good Red Ranger in my opinion. Next to Tyler and the other Red Rangers. But Brody from Ninja Steel, nah. So Blaze and Roxy, I kind of feel like they're good villains, but I kind of feel like Roxy was the MVP of the season. She was sexy, and she got a fat booty on her though. Not trying to be funny though, but I'm just saying, y'all know me. So yeah, Roxy is my favorite character of Beast Morphers because of her story with Ravi, and I love that she's smarter than Blaze. Anytime when Blaze does something he fails, Roxy does something she fails. but I kind of feel like she was the ultimate star, and she's one of the best villains, on Beast Morphers Season 1. Commander and Mayor Daniels. Commander is okay, but I'm gonna get into the bad part. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just get into that now. The bad part about Beast Morphers is the writing stuff. I mean, especially when it comes to them using elements from the Neo Saban era, using stuff from Ninja Steel as far as comedy being forced into the show, and the music, they're still doing a Go-Go Power Rangers theme, and I really think they need to change that and stop using it more and more and more again. And the worst part about it is that they're still using some of the talking while fighting stuff from the Neo Saban era, something that the fans like us were against the most. But it seems like throughout the whole season of Beast Morphers, they kind of stopped doing it, but they only did like a certain amount of time where they doing it. But when they're talking while fighting, it takes away the action. So that's one of my biggest gripe I had with Beast Morphers. And the forced comedy, Ben and Betty, they were the worst part about the show. It's nothing against the actors. I know it's not their fault, but I blame the writers for having them do the whole comedy being forced and stuff. At least they did not put the fart jokes in it, so that meant a lot to me, as a casual fan though. As far as the action and the fight scene goes, we're going back to the positives. They were the best thing about the show. I like how in a few episodes they started having more civilian fights. I think when it comes to fight scenes and Revy's, I think his looked good and fluid. I think Devin and Zoe's on one fight scene needs to be more, a little bit more work, especially in episode 2 when they did all the good work. But in episode 4, I'm not trying to be funny, but I just didn't like the unwanted fight scenes where they had to fight with the blasters, and Devin could have done a whole lot of things besides flips. I want to see some kicks and punches. Like, I want to see something mixed up. But as far as episode 4's fight scenes, I wasn't really feeling it though. That's just my opinion. You can feel free to disagree with me though, but this is my honest opinion on the review of the episodes, what I like and dislike about the season. Oh, I forgot to bring up Nate and Steel. They were the best part about the show as well. Even though they changed the Zords from Nate being the Mantis and Steel being a Beetle. In the Japanese versions, the Silver Ranger was Mantis and the Gold Ranger was Beetle. So I don't know what made Saban and want to change that, but it's no big deal. It's Power Rangers, so what did you expect? So I do like how Nate became the Gold Ranger in episode 8 because he was tired of being treated like a child, having everybody to watch him while he's going somewhere. But at least he has a brother now that can go anywhere with him, whatever they do something. And I noticed that in a couple episodes, Nate was getting his feelings hurt because of his brother Steel. He was doing stuff with the Rangers and Nate was just stuck in the lab doing the work. And we've seen how he almost knocked over the cheetah claws that Nate was working on for Devin, and Steel was just left flabbergasted by Nate's actions. But it turns out that Nate just wanted to spend some time with his brother and do some stuff with him though. I kind of understand where he's coming from because I was like that growing up though, but hey, what can I say? Family is family. So those were my pros and cons on Beast Morphers Season 1. If I have to rate this season, I would have to give it 4 Devin Hughes out of 5. It's not perfect by all means, but it's a good start to the Hasbro era. They've done a great job on the writing and the action, and they outdone themselves this time. So, what y'all think of Beast Morphers Season 1? Did you enjoy it? What was your opinions on the characters themselves? Do you think they could have done something better? Let me know in the comments down below. This is DHR2, and I'm out of here. Peace.